So I'm looking at my blue-green here. The rares that I don't have in here are Chaos Warp, which I don't particularly care about, and the Stadium, which I don't care about. These lands are probably making it in. I'm deciding if I want the red splash or the black splash. I could theoretically just not splash, because I could play like Whirlwind Denial, or Strategic Planning, and or Biomathematician. My red rares are so good, and these are both unconditional removal spells. The Phoenix is a little worse in the deck, since I only have one other Learn card. Still a 2/2 Flying Haste that effectively draws a card. And the Freet's really good, especially with this Hall of Oracles. And the red's easier to splash, too. I think the red's probably better. So this is like 8/8. I don't have any ways to look for basics, right? Unless I play the campus guide. And just make sure there's not something else. This is actually reasonably aggressive. Yeah, my white's just bad. And I already looked at black-red. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Alright, so Snow Day, Serpent Books, Runner's Guide, Curate, Subtraction, Phoenix, and Ifrit, Implementers, Mage Duels, Pledge Mage. Moment. Pledge Mage. I think I hit too many things. Oh, by a mathematician is not in. Alright. Get some lands. Five, six, seven, eight. Alright, I think I'm good not playing 18 lands, because I've got this Quandrix Apprentice, and Curate, and Kelpie Guide kind of rams me. Alright. Huh. This hand casts literal nothing. But if I draw one land, I can cast almost everything. And it can be any land. Because the Hall of Oracles fixes me. I guess I keep it. Well, it wasn't a land. Come on, land. Any land. Shoot. Come on, any land, please, any land? Well, I am now 0 for 2 on keeping 2 landers. I found a land. I guess I want Kelpie Guide. So take 4 or 5 here probably. So they could have a combat trick. Could also just be a bluff. Wouldn't care about Arcane Subtraction. So there's like big play. The +1/+1 counter on Hexproof would be fine. I'm gonna go for it. They have something. Okay, it's just subtraction, that's fine. It's still like a land. Nice. So I can play Amplimancer and still have Burying Books up. Yuck. Hmm. I guess I can double spell. I'm not in good shape here. No, don't tap like that. I guess the Kelpie guy doesn't matter anymore. Alright, well, I'm just dead. These things happen when you don't draw lands. I can keep this. As a 2-drop and any land gets me to the Pledge Mage. Island. I don't know how interested I'd be in playing Faithless Looting and Sealed. It's card disadvantage. Another green land was not what I wanted there. Come on, deck, help me out. Give me something to work with. Yeah, it's something. It's not something this turn, but it may work out. I'd love to top deck an island. So I still get to kill that, because the Mage Duel will put a counter on the Pledge Mage, and then +1/+2 will make it a 4/5 to kill the Blood Researcher at 3/3. And then I'll get in for 8. Even a land would actually be pretty good, because then the Amplimancers could pump up to 4. Could also draw nothing. Darn. Now the Amplimancers are stuck. Island? Or some kind of fixer? You're too late, Forest. Mm-hmm. Alright, there we go. I guess I play the Serpent. Yeah, I'm not going to block that. Sure. Okay, well that answers the Serpent eventually. I'm going to send one of these. Because I can pump it to trade with anything. I think I'd prefer to kill the Pledge Mage here. Ugh. That's much worse for me. Well, clearly I'm trading. Alright, hopefully that's not too late. I'm actually going to play the Ifrit here, because I think it's actually worse for me than the Vortex Runner. So if they're going to exile a thing, I'd prefer them to exile that. It also blocks the Mage Hunter if they decide to exile the Drake. Mm-hmm. Not yet. That was good for me. They drew nothing. Happy to trade here. Ooh, Phoenix. Alright. Is it just fractal summoning? I think it's just fractal summoning. Excellent. Oh, they're just going to give up? Alright. Well, that worked out pretty well for not drawing any blue. Hey, dual lands. Man, the server's still going to do this thing? So for anybody just joining me, this is the deck I'm playing. I'm playing literally every mono green card in my pool, of which there were 6. Agreed, Mio. The server does not get a tip. It's been doing this all day, too. Hey, Dual Lance, have you been playing any Magic today? Have you been having any server issues? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, who would be playing today? Alright, I think it's Force Quick time. I've never seen this happen before, where it's this bad. I would give Wizards a little bit more credit than that, Mio. I mean, not, let's be fair, not much more credit, but a little more credit. It's like MTGA is just not doing anything. Maybe Mio, or maybe the playtesting team that came out with Oko and all the other problem cards is maintaining the server now. Yeah, there are lots of possibilities, you're right. We'll never figure it out. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it seems like something they should have handled, especially because they've done a bunch of these before. But I don't know enough about computing to be able to say exactly what the problem is. Well, here's a hand. I need one land, and this hand is great. Well, that wasn't a land. I'm still going to play this first. So if they play a creature and I draw a land, I want a Mage Duel to find another land. Yeah. Not again, deck. Land. I'm totally trading if they attack. Land. Any land. What is with my decks today? Ugh. There are 17 in here, I swear. Yeah. Land. This is ridiculous. You're right, it does say land on Zimone. It probably was listening and just misunderstood. I'm sure you're right. The listening part of the program was probably programmed by the same people who were dealing with the server. Hey, found one. I'm just deciding if I want to try and leave up Barry instead. No. In case they, like, realize what's up. I still think Professor is the worst card for me. I'm doing it on the Drake in case they have an instant speed removal spell. They don't kill the Apprentice, which I clearly need. Really? There was no lands in the top 3 either? Jesus. So you're basically playing with, like, if the game can understand your words. Alright, well, that works for me. Still a 2 for 2. I can't believe I missed on land on that Apprentice. This is unreal. Alright, I'm going to play the Pledge Mage, take one more hit from their Pledge Mage, and then plan to bury in books, I guess. But I mean, you can describe the card exactly, right? Kelpie is kind of like a land, but it's not enough like a land that I want to play it. Sure. Luckily, they're playing an aggressive deck and mostly have just garbage creatures. So that's why I'm still in this game. Oh my gosh. Alright. Pass. This is kind of unbelievable. There's been one land in my top, like, 10 cards, right? So, do I bury that one? Just so they can't learn? I think I do. Hey, there's 3 lands. Hey, we finally found some lands? Alright, I mean, I'm still not attacking. So I play Kelpie Guide. If they attack with the Pledge Mage, I double block it. And then I play my Witherbloom Pledge Mage next turn. And then I'm in a good spot. Spellbinder. Well, that makes things a little harder. So they can make my Pledge Mage cost 7. But I can still Snow Day. Oh, I should have used Zimone. That was dumb, but it didn't matter. So it becomes Snow Week. I'm gonna pass one more turn. Sure. Oh, that was dumb. Now I'm gonna take one that I didn't need to take. Oops, not you. 1, 2. I mean, I have to take the red land, but it does mean that I may not be able to play the Pledge Mage on my next turn. I think I just discard the forest. Hall of Oracles. It's interesting. Let's send this one and see what happens. Okay, nothing. So I guess I'm playing Pledge Mage then. Yep. Okay, so they're Hellbent. I have Zimone and a big creature. I can deal with their flyer. I think I'm in a good spot now. I could still die to that Mythic Rare. Well, that makes things harder. Alright, let's curate. See what we get. You are going to the discard pile, but Ifrit, I think I'm good to draw. I think I have to Mage Duel here. Yeah, Hall plus Kelpie is good, agreed. You two. This whole thing is a Mage Duel, you're right. I think I am happy to trade the Pledge Mage for their 2 creatures if they want to do that. They do not. The life gain off the Pledge Mage has actually been really good for me this game. Ooh, I didn't realize I take 2 from that. It's kind of a bummer. Alright, so I still need to survive this turn. Ooh. That makes things a lot harder. Well, I'm certainly happy to trade the Pledge. I don't even have to trade. Okay, there you go. Oh, that's lethal! Oh! Oh! Can't believe I lost that game. That was just bad play on my part. F is right. I just can't catch a break. It's fine. I'm not sure if I'm playing Kelpie or Vortex Runner first. Alright, Vortex Runner. I'm not blocking if they attack, but they might not attack because of the Vortex Runner. Reflective Golem. Oop, that's not the spell I want. Well, that's unfortunate. Still not going to lose my guy, but... Oh, actually... I guess I do, huh? Oh, no, I don't. Still put it to 0 power. I guess this one. Barry's pretty good. I'm just going to do this now. I don't want them to be able to copy stuff. And at this point, I think I'm happy to just trade with the first year. Poet's Quill. Ugh. No, I don't want any of those. I'm not really sure how I can win this game, but I'll keep trying. Top deck turn to slag. And 2 red. Uh-huh. So on the plus side, after this attack, they don't really have very good attacks. Because the Amplimancer can trade with a bear, even with a quill on it. And the Vortex Runner can block any of the pests with a quill on it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So they could have the +1/+1 to their team. I think I can afford to play around that, so I will. And they did. Alright, so they're empty-handed now. I think I'm actually in a reasonable shape. I mean, I'm a ways away from killing my opponent. But I've got time. Of course, if they play a flyer, I'm in bad shape. The Serpent mattered because it can block the Reflective Golem with a quill on it. Top is not a good sign. Sure. Curate. I mean, I want both, but I don't think I can afford to keep the Phoenix when I don't have red. Yeah, it can come back with learn, but it also means I don't get to learn. What do they get back? Okay, just a random 2-drop, that's no big deal. The flyer is a big deal. Come on, deck, help. I actually want to land here. That works. It's a mage duel. Get that flyer out of here. And I don't think that I want to attack here. Alright, so I'm basically at a clock now. With one more land, I've got 6 unblockable every turn without spending mana. And then I get to draw 2 cards a turn. 2 extra cards a turn. Yeah, come on, land number 8, that's right. Excellent. So if they do nothing, I can actually Zimone, activate, draw 2, Kelpie Guide, untapper, and then draw 2 again. Boom. Draw 4 at the end of your turn. I mean, I thought it was pretty delicious. This leaves up another draw 2. I am going to tap something. I'm going to tap on attacks, I think. Because if they have like a combat trick or something, things could still go wrong. Because they could gain a ton of life. Or like charge through could be a problem. Deadly Brew, sure. I guess just this Pledge Mage. Sure. Well, now I'm not tapping on attacks. Let's draw some cards. And let's tap this. I'm going to speed up the clock a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to play the Amplimancer. I don't need to draw cards this turn. And I still can, theoretically, if I don't tap something. But I'll probably just Zimone a land into play. And then I can double pump the Amplimancer. That's not ideal. Oh, but they lose their Poet's Quill. What's your last card? I actually have lethal here. Because I can just go... I've got 6 unblockable, which puts them to 8, and then I can make... Alright, so that's lethal. Unblockable. Unblockable. And why not? Unblockable. Well, that was a game I didn't think I was going to win. That was also my last turn, because I couldn't do anything about that blot out the sky. Oh, server. Yeah, but that was way cooler. The sky had been blotted out. But I was like the machine from the Matrix. Blotted out the sky, didn't matter, we could still keep attacking. Yeah, that's true. If they were untapped, don't care. Alright, force quit. They humiliated Bookworm and then Spellbinders. And maybe Spellbinder was on their top deck. Man, I have 3 lands and spells to play? What is this madness? Surely I can't lose at this point. Tricks on you. I didn't even have any spells to play. I'm leaving up arcane subtraction here. Yuck. So I can make a 4/4 fractal. Yeah, I'm just going to make a 4/4 fractal. Oops. I meant to pump the Implementor. That was an accident. Well, that's pretty good. You can get back their eye twitch. They want a leech fanatic. Interesting. It's cute. Keeps me from untapping it. Land's actually a really good draw. Makes Vortex Runner unblockable, Kelpie Guide into a tapper. There it is. And that is the game. For a second there, I thought the server was going to work quick. Oh, it did! I don't have to wait for the server. I'm so privileged. Yup. No, sir, I do not like it. Sure. Only one color, but I have Curate, which will help ding me to another color. Then I've got Vortex Runner, Burying Books. Play mono blue. I mean, with my draws today, with both decks, it has looked like I've been playing monocolor decks. This is going to the yard. I will take the red land. This looks like a trick, but I'm gonna play into it instead, or anyway, because I'm gonna be using my mana next turn, so I can't just hold up a berry. Could just be the make a 3/2, or it could be that. That eats up their turn though. Actually, I don't need to reveal that. Phoenix is yucky. Yeah, Retriever Phoenix has been in both decks. It's a lot worse in this deck than it was in the last deck, though. Huh. I'm going to be doing a snow day here. I have this island to discard. Do I still want to? Yeah, I still want to. Yeah, that's true. New Phoenixes would fetch the old ones. I think I just want to kill the Orator. Because it's going to be a flying Orator. I'll take my 2. I'd like to draw like A big creature that could block would be nice. No, but Arcane Subtraction's not bad. Yeah, no attacks. Depending on what they do, I can either Arcane Subtraction and activate Simone for a card, or I can Arcane Subtraction and bury in books. So I could get... We still have a lot of cards. I don't think I want Annihilation. I'll just take the Summoning. Ooh, Ifrit's pretty good. I think I'm doing that. I even have burying books in case of a trick. Rise! Balls. Am I supposed to bury? Burying the Phoenix seems so bad. I'll just bury the Historian. It's not great, but I need to use the mana. I can Pledge Mage into card, or I can make a 5/5. If I make a 5/5, it probably dies, and then I draw a card. I'll just use all my mana. Poke in for one. Get in there, Zamone. Ugh, I'm so dead now. Even if I find an answer for that past caller. Because they get the Rise back. Yeah. Or that? Sure. Alright, well, I'm currently dead on board. I'm going to attack for 5 in case they somehow block. Seems very unlikely. And let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll do it. Alright. Well, we'll try again. Oh, server. The worst part is, too, I have to click on collect my prize so that I can play again, and I'm going to have to wait for the server again when I do that. Right? As an added bonus for day 2, things will work as they're supposed to. I'm sure my computer's not helping, like on these quits and reopen. Alright, don't make me wait long. Okay, cool. Alright, try it again. Okay, while it's doing this, I'm going to refill my water. I'll be back. Oh, good, I'm back and it's not yet. Maybe my luck will pick up. Neither of my pools were bad. My luck in several of my games has been, though. There it goes. All right. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I think I can add to decks with any number of cards. Alright, let's see. Rares. Increasing Vengeance. Is whatever. Harness Infinity is terrible. Dramatic Finale is good. Dragon Guard's Elite is good. Illuminate History is whatever. Callous Blood Mage, fine. Inquisition is whatever. That's pretty whatever. Light Scribe is good. Swords is good. Okay. Oops. What are my learn cards? I have none in white. I have only Arcane Subtraction in blue. I have 3 Hunt for Specimens. Alright, well, I'm almost certainly playing black then. And an Eye Twitch. Yeah, Hunt is great. I have an Enthusiastic Study in red. I don't have much in the way of red that I care about, though. None in green. I have Rise. Oh, I have not very many gold cards. And I have a few here. I have a lot of fixing too. Alright, so we're going to start looking at white-black, because there's a bunch of learn, plus I have the dramatic finale. Well, we can look at green-black too. Oh, give me a second and I will publish this so you can mess with it too. Okay, so I do have a white-black aggressive deck. Okay, so for anybody who wants to mess with the deck themselves. Alright, so let's see, if I take out the white, I play black card or green cards instead. I have double unwilling ingredient, triple hunt for specimen, so biograph would be good. And it's worth noting that I have double Biblioplexus system too. So the main problem with playing green is that it makes it a lot harder to play the finale. This is definitely a deck though. Yeah, that definitely helps. I think I'm an aggressive deck, kind of regardless of which pile I want. This could even be like a 16 land deck. So I miss out on swords in this build, which I think is the thing I care about the most out of the white. You like Fortifying Drought or Draft? I probably play Defend the Campus actually in this. At least one. Chick Proctor seems kind of meh. Oh, I missed the Light Scribe in the other deck too. I think with no life gain synergies, big play might be better than Fortifying Draft. Yeah, I have Dina and Witherbloom Apprentice, which are both very good together, because then every time I cast a spell, Apprentice triggers, I gain one, they lose one, and then they lose one from Dina. And I like the Biograph in this build, because I have 2 Unwilling Ingredients, which gives me a shot, and an Eye Twitch, which gives me a shot at a turn 2 Graph. And then, I mean, I have a lot of pests. What does this get? So I get a couple of flyers, I get swords, Dramatic Finale gets easier to cast, and then that's basically it. Over here, I get Mage Duel, I get more 2-drops, I get a shot at turn 2 Graph. I think Deadly Brew is actually pretty good in this deck. Dragon Guard Elite is pretty good too. And then I get this combo. I don't like that I'm playing Plum and Village Rites in this build, although I do have a lot of disposable creatures. I could play like Star Pupil, I guess. For like Village Rites. Yeah, the Laureate's right here. It's in the pile of stuff that I get by playing white. Let me just make sure there's nothing else that seems reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing an aggro deck either way. It's just a matter of, is black-white or black-green better? Yeah, Harness Infinity is terrible. It's 7 mana, and 6 of it is colored. Especially if I'm going to be an aggro deck. So with this deck, I'm a little worried about getting stopped on the ground. If I have Finale in play, I'm not that worried about it, but... Hmm. Swords is so good. And flying is really good. The flying's sort of made up for by the Apprentice and the Tina. This deck definitely has more explosive starts with like a turn 2 Biograph or an Elite that just gets real big real fast. This deck has, I guess, a little more interaction. Mage Duel is just okay in this deck because they don't have very many big creatures. I guess I get this Spirit too, which can win a long game. Do I open up any more lessons in one deck or the other? The other deck gets Fractal Summoning. This one gets Spirit Summoning. I mean, I already know what the mana is going to look like. The green-black one is going to get these 2 duels. This one is going to get probably these 2 duels, maybe only one, because of how many 1-drops I have. The duels are going to be just for scrying, though. So the mana will be a little bit better in the other one. What if I play this one, and I play like 1 Biblioplex Assistant to buy back a removal spell? It also gives me a flyer. Maybe I don't care about Go Blank. Maybe I'm too aggressive for that. Give me a minute, I'll be back. So much heavier black. So this would be like a 10-7. So 9-6 probably. That gives me 9 turn 1 black sources. And it gives me 11 and 8 on my mana. And 11 is kind of important for this finale. Alright, let's do this. Real quick, I'm going to look again, because I forgot about the Lean and Light Shield, or Light Scribe rather, in the other deck, which is a big deal. So let me look at this one more time here. Well, the Retriever Phoenix decks didn't get me there, so maybe I can. So the Light Scribe's very good in this deck. And this gives me reach with the Dina. The Dina is only kind of reach. It has the more explosive starts, though, with Bayou Groff. Light Scribe's so good. Alright, I've changed my mind. I'm going to play the white one. The Light Scribe makes all the difference. So I have Light Scribe and I guess that's the only thing that cares about spells. So maybe the Defiant Strike doesn't matter. There was just an extra green card in the other deck. So there's one go blank here. Oh wait. No, there's not. There it is. I don't think the Inkcaster gets there either, because I only have one, two-ish cards that do counters. I guess I also have the Expanded Anatomy, that's 3. So the only question is, do I want to trade out Go Blank for something? I don't think this is a Lumimancer deck. I could play another random flyer. That doesn't seem that good. It's only 1 power. I could play the Village Rites, but I already have Plumb the Forbidden. I don't really want to overload on that effect. I think Inquisition's probably worse. The second Defend the Campus might be better. Oh, you're right. The Strict Proctor does make the Callous Blood Mage worse. So the thing about Star Pupil is, obviously you want it on turn 1, but later on it chump blocks and adds a counter somewhere. It's also something to eat to Plumb the Forbidden. 8 going to my graveyard gives me a card to exile with the Spirit. It's another cheap body for the Lean and Light Scribe. I think it's good enough. I have 1 Biblio Assistant in here. I don't think I want to, just because I want to be more aggressive than that. Go Blank doesn't really help that plan at all, I suppose. I mean, Go Blank's not a bad card or anything. It just doesn't exactly do what my deck wants to do. I mean, I could always just play Defiant Strike too, but I don't really have any Magecraft besides the Light Scribe. Man, every one of these builds is just tough. Alright, I think I'm going to run it like this. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, finale. Seems good. I left both campuses in. Excellent. Land was definitely what I wanted. So next turn I have Finale, and then I have Defend the Campus for a pump. Oh, well that sucks. Well, it makes my tokens bigger when I have it, but I'm not going to have it. I'm just going to play the Assistant and put back the my 2/1 token. Because flyers seem good here. If they play the 1/5 reach, I'll be very bummed. Hey, Mononoke, welcome back. Yeah, I can get all those dual lands, but with what learn card? Oh, yeah, no, I just want the 2/1 flyer. So if they attack me and then somehow do nothing, I actually have lethal to defend the campus. But they know that, because they know about defend. So they block the 1/1, I defend the campus. We go to 2. I have 2 lethal flyers and a 1/1 menace. And if I top deck a land, I even have a removal spell. The gain 4 learn would be a bit of a bummer. Cram session. That is fine. And they're dead. Alright, that's a better start than my other two. My other two I lost the first round. They even hit my best card. And the Biblioplex Assistant was really good there, just as a 2/1 flying body and buying back a 2/1 flying body. If they had that 1/5 reach, that would have stopped me pretty handily until I could find a removal spell. Yeah, but like, if they're recurring a bookworm, I've lost already, right? There's no way that I'm winning a game where they have enough time to recur a bookworm. Same deal with Trudge. Well, with Trudge it's a little different, but Trudge comes in tapped and like they have to spend mana to buy it back. I might just plum on turn 2 to draw 2 cards. We'll see. I might wait too till I have Finale. Clark. I will take an Inkling Summoning. Well, this opponent won't be able to humiliate me, so I might actually get to play Dramatic Finale. Yeah, foolish opponent not playing Hand Disruption in their blue-red deck. I am also looking forward to finale next turn. Boom. It's actually kind of hard to counter finale, because the uncommon blue counterspell hits instants or sorceries. I mean, there's negate out of the spellbook, but the other one only hits instants and sorceries, I believe. Yep. Sure, Quandrix Command can get it. That's a rare. They played a land already, didn't they? Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm going to Swords, Pledge Mage, and then Biblioplex Assistant. I'm not going to bother with Clark. And I can put back Swords. I could also put back Hunt, which gives me a 2/2, and then gets me a 4/3 out of my sideboard. That might be better. Because I have a removal spell already. Alright, let's do that. If I didn't have the finale, I don't think I would have done it that way. Attacking, huh? Sure, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm just going to kill this. It's too easy for them to have an instant and eat my token. No, I could have made the trade and essentially upgraded my creature, but it leaves me more open to like a board wipe. I didn't do the counting, but I doubt adding 1 power changes the clock at all. Plarg has been pretty good for them, but it's hard to beat Dramatic Finale. And I still have Plum the Forbidden, which can draw me a bunch of cards. That's the other thing, too. Trading out the Assistant means I lose a card off the Plum for the Forbidden. Oh, you're right. It's only one. I didn't realize that. In that case, I'll let them eat my 1/1 and turn it into a 3/2 flyer. Or they can take it. I have Expanded Anatomy, but I think just giving a Spirit's just better. Ow, discarding a Pigment Storm. I mean, I don't think that it's necessarily bad. It's just you don't see that very often, and people have mana to cast it. Dramatic Finale changes the game a lot. So next turn, unless something changes dramatically, I'm planning to just send everybody, and then I can plumb the forbidden blocked creatures. I mean, I'll let my 4/3 trade for their 4/4. They had another color. Did we know that already? No, we didn't know that already. Alright, send everybody. I'm happy to let trades happen here. This puts them to 2. That's true, I could have. I also kind of wanted to see what happened here. Sure. Because now I'm not going to plumb, because I'm already getting my thing. But I'm happy to put 2 more lethal bodies on the board. I've been on the other side of this before. It is not fun. Enter to Annihilation was, I think, never going to be good. Like, they can get a whole body off the board and give me a card, but I still had a ton of bodies. This looks good. Oh, you're right, they can't hit Finale with it. Good point. Alright, so I'm going to play... I'm not playing Witherbloom Campus on turn 1. But I don't know if I want Eye Twitch or Pupil. I think I want to play Pupil. Because if I can play Eye Twitch on the next turn, if they're going to block, to get the counter, and if not, I can play the Hunt. Maker, you missed my whole second one, but I didn't do very well. So now you're in time for the third one. I'm 2-1. Sorry, 2-0. 2-0. Sure. I will certainly take that trade. It's definitely the fastest. It may or may not be the strongest. My first one might have been stronger. It was definitely slower, though. And you definitely get some wins just by being fast. Well, my opponent's going to do nothing. Defend the Campus is looking pretty good. Do I go for it? It's 10. Yeah. That puts lethal, that gives me lethal next turn, and I have a removal spell next turn for a potential blocker. Well, sure. This deck is certainly doing the best. Alright, well, when your opponent casts one spell the whole game, they must add another color. I'll bet green was a splash. Yeah, they cast one spell. It was their 2-mana card that traded for my 1-mana card. Well, like I said, they probably, at 4 mana and casting nothing, they were probably missing a color. Yeah, this is a little on the slower side, but that's alright. Unless something changes, I'm going to play this second Campus. And then on turn 3, I'm going to play a Plains and play a black-white card. My opponent's going to be like, what? Zimone's actually pretty good here because it'll help them ramp. Guess not. Ugh. I really don't want to play this Onslaught. I think I'm just going to save it. And immediately punished. It's alright, that would have worked later in the game too. Mm-hmm. So if they have exactly land in hand and top deck exactly land, then it's a bummer, because that puts them at 8 lands, and then Zimone gets to activate for 2 cards. But I still think I want to get on the board more before spending this removal spell. Well, they had exactly land, so let's hope they don't top deck land. Oof. Well, that's bad. I guess I have to kill that. Even though I really want to kill Zimone. I can go ahead and suicide my frog, and then use it to draw a card. Because there was never going to be a better turn for it than this. Land is still pretty bad for me. I want them to just draw like a card that doesn't matter. They're attacking the Zimone. Well, that's probably a bad sign. That means they drew an expensive card. Why would they? Was getting 1 damage in worth more than drawing 1 card? Seems unlikely. Well, there's a card. Is it too late? So if they draw land, attack, 2, 4, 7. Oh, but then I get to kill them on the crackback. So if they send everyone and draw land for the Vortex Runner to be unblockable, then I get to block their 2/4 and kill it. Then I get a 3/2, and I get to move the counters over to my shield mate, and that's 7 or 8. Ooh, that was unfortunate. Light Scribe's good. Alright, well, just go ahead and suicide in. Mm-hmm. Okay. What you got for me, deck? Not that. So I have essentially 9 mana. I can spend 5. Yeah, I can spend 5. This only works badly if I draw exactly Exodus, right, or Rise of Exodus. Well, I'm glad I did it. Swords. So if I sword the Karok, they go to 9. They take 4 in the air to 5. And then they double block the Light Scribe. I take out the token. I take 3, go to 2. Then they're dead. I have 2 lethal flyers. And they have 2, 5, 6 on the ground. There's some risk in it. Alternatively, I could just send for 3. I'm going to just send for 3. My thought is, because of the Light Scribe and swords, I have lethal next turn. Even if nothing else changes, I can just target my own Spiteful Squad. Okay, well that makes things a little harder. Any spell is lethal. Any spell that I can cast. Rise. I'm at 4. I block with Assistant. I send the squad. They block with that. I can block with Zimone, so it doesn't die. And then they have lethal. If I don't attack... Alright. I'm going to leave it on top. And I'm going to plan to kill them next turn. Yeah, I know. The hitting my own Spiteful Squad would be just to trigger the Light Scribe and gain life. So here I sword whatever they tendrils with. That means I don't have lethal next turn, I guess. Do I take this? Is this an instant? It's a sorcery. I don't think so. No. When a permanent you don't control dies this turn. If I hadn't scryed last turn, I would have won. 2 damage to any target. and then loot. So I have to swords myself. And I guess it has to be the light scribe. Because if they tendrils go up to... No. It's my spiteful squad. Oh, but then they kill the flyer. Yeah, I'm dead. If they killed the light scribe, it would have worked out. But they won't. They'll kill the flyer with their vortex runner. Yeah. Sucks. And I don't have anything in the sideboard, right? That makes a difference. No, I don't. Anatomy? Why does that matter? They just block. Yeah, and they have a flyer to block with. Oops. I meant to loot. Oh well. That was a close one. That was a sweet game. The burn to my face really ruined everything. Because having to swords my own guy just ruined the plan. While the server is being dumb, I'm going to go... actually, let me end it. Give it a second. And now I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back. I did have the chance to sword several turns earlier. The problem is they have so many creatures that, and then they had the flyer to block my flyer, that I could have just died on the ground. And I thought that I was going to be able to kill them with the trigger from the Light Scribe, but everything just worked out slightly wrong for me there. I still think it was right to not exile the runner. Swords being swords, and not just like any other removal spell, is what lost me that game, because of the life gain part. Because there were like 2 turns there where I could play it, make my 3/2 flyer a 4/2 flyer, 4/3 flyer, and kill their flyer, but then they gained 2, and then I was like dead if they sent everybody. I mean, if I had perfect information, I definitely could have made some changes to the way I played and maybe won. But with the information I had, I don't think I regretted any of the decisions that I made. The only one that I questioned was the second time I scribed during my upkeep, because I already had swords to play. But I decided with the land in hand, I still had a lot of mana. The literal only card in my deck that made that a bad idea was Rise of Exodus exactly, and that was the card that was on top. So I don't think it was a bad decision. It was a decision that didn't work out for me. There were a lot of decisions in that game that didn't work out for me, but I think they were right decisions. It's a fair question, though. There was a lot of decision points in that game. So the only one that I think before knowing what happens would have made a valid argument as a wrong decision was the second time I scribed during my upkeep, the turn that I found Rise of Exodus on top, and already had swords in hand. But I really wanted to find Mage Hunter, whatever the kill spell, because that would have just won me the game on the spot. Yeah, I was aggressive enough that I didn't want to kill Zimone. It was a little awkward doing nothing on turn 4, but it still felt right to me. And that decision actually worked out for me, because killing Quandrix was really important. Alright, finally made it back in. No, I don't think they had activated Zimone yet. They didn't I mean, they put a land into play with Zimone on turn 4, I think. Maybe they waited till turn 5. And I don't think they drew until they missed their 8th land drop. It was either 1 miss or 2 misses before they drew it with her. So they didn't draw any cards off her until way, way later in the game. I didn't have swords until way later, I believe. This hand looks good. Ugh. Punished for the not playing the ingredient. That's fine. I'm still going to lash it. That's kind of interesting, but I think I want to get more on the board. It's true. Thank you for that song rendition, Dual Lance. I appreciated the way your voice sounded. Basic Conjuration, okay. So I think I do want a swords now, because that's just going to keep growing. And I don't have anything else to do. Alright, come on, land. Land for the shield mage. Honestly, land would be pretty good. So I could go shield mage and then rise. And then play whatever I learn from there. I don't like cram session. I will absolutely trade my unwilling ingredient for their token. Yeah, I know I can, but why would I do that? I want to draw a card off of it. For the flex, that seems like a poor plan. Master Symmetrist is actually a problem. Alright, I'm going to attack like this. If they don't... Oh, freaking reach. I forgot that had reach. I was going to say if they don't expanded anatomy, I can still block. If they do, I can hope to draw a land for rise. Yeah, I think I'm just willing to make this trade. So I found my land for rise, but I want to wait till they anatomy. dang it. They hit the right target too. Hunt. What do I have to get? Inkling summoning, spirit summoning, expanded anatomy, introduction to prophecy. I think I'm going to do this. Expanded anatomy. There's some risk in this. But now iTwitch can trade with something and put a counter on something. Oh, God. Alright, I lose. Ugh. So I definitely punted a bit by sending my 1-2 in. I don't know that it would have made a difference, though. Magic's going to do this thing to me again. Well, we started stronger, but we're down to 2 losses again. Man, we're at 6 wins with the first deck, too. First time I've drawn a go blank. Well, that's a bit irritating. I'm going to have to let him get 2 one time. So the Pledge Mage is a much bigger problem than the Fanatic. So I'm going to go ahead and just sort the Pledge Mage right now. And plan to double block and hope they don't have a trick. Yeah, come on, Dramatic Finale is right. No, now they're not going to attack because they're going to Expanded Anatomy. Oh, what? Well, I think I lose this. Apparently my deck hates me. Cool. Why not? Ugh. I should have attacked. Whatever. Right? I mean, let's just kill it now. Dramatic Finale's not even good now. Mm-hmm. That was pretty good. There was some thought to making a token to chump with, but that doesn't really get me any closer to winning, so figured I wouldn't. Sure, I'll block the flyer. Yeah, they're at 46 life. That an aggro deck can get back from that, right? Right? Oh, cool. How about an 8/8? Almost an 8/8. One more land. I'll draw land. Alright, well, that's it. I think I'm done. 3 times was enough. So that means I will not be streaming tomorrow since I didn't make day 2, but I will be back Monday as per usual, and I will be drafting, which I don't think I've streamed yet. Thanks to Alliance. So hopefully I'll see you all Monday, 7 p.m. For some draft, and every Monday and Friday, as you know, and hopefully I'll see you there.